So in my room during my delivery, it was not like I expected it to be. I thought it was going to be hectic. I thought there was going to be a ton of people, very loud. But it was only my husband, my mom, the nurse midwife, and a nurse. So my mom and my husband were holding my leg, and then the nurse was kind of walking around the room, checking on different stuff and helping me. And then the nurse midwife was at the bottom of the bed. They dropped the end of the bed so you almost have like a platform. And then she's like right there, and you have two big lights that shine down on your little fun parts. So it's almost like a huge spotlight of everybody looking at your vagina watching the baby come out. So all modesty, yeah, you don't have it.
I think I remember you looking up and saying, "Oh my God, are those spotlights directed directly on my vagina?" And I just looked at the nurse going, "Hey, you answer that. Kind of looks like that way to me."
But it was like calm, and during the whole like labor, it wasn't bad. I mean, I had mine for 56 minutes. It's like a lot of downtime in between the contractions, and then when you're pushing, it's very quiet and intense, and then it kind of relaxes after you're done.
I cried. I choked up. Couldn't catch my breath, and I had to turn away. So I'm holding her hand, and I had to turn away so I could catch my breath to get some deep breaths, so I could turn around and not look like such a mess. But my first daughter. So
it was just such a beautiful moment. My mom actually got to pull the baby out. So, and I don't know, it was just so different. Like she wasn't as like slimy or messy or bloody as like I thought she was going to be. She was very dry, and my mom pulled the baby out, placed her on my chest, and she was just so sweet and perfect, and perfect combination of the two of us.
The very first thing I was able to do once the baby got on her chest was nurse midwife grabbed my thumb and forefinger and put it on the umbilical cord while it was still attached to Shepherd, so I could feel her heartbeat through the umbilical cord. And so that was probably about time went by so quickly, probably like a minute. And then a few minutes after you
I had her on my chest for like an hour.
Yeah.
And then I let Sean have her for a little bit. I think you had her for like an hour, but they didn't bathe her. They kept the umbilical cord on for like 20 minutes, and like she was just staring at me with these sweet little eyes and this little cry. It was so cute.
Yeah. I put her on my chest, and she was just so. The way I likened it to was Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the cartoon back in the late 80s. The baby, when it blinks like this with the huge eyes and it's just goo goo gaga, that's what I saw, was this little tiny human being just blinking. And these, I know the focus thing isn't there and all that, but to me it looked like she was looking like right into me. So that was pretty cool. I had her skin to skin for an hour, somewhere in there, and then gave her back to mommy, and I think I sat there in the chair just staring at the both of them after that, because I wanted her to at least see my general shape to kind of get her familiar right away. So we were talking to her right away as she came when she came out.